Peace, peace. What's going on, world? Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. Of course, my name is Substantial. Welcome to my YouTube channel, or if you're watching me on other platforms, also welcome to you and yours. Yeah, man, happy to be back. It's another Friday. Lots of great updates for y'all. Music video that dropped earlier this week. We're gonna watch that. We're gonna talk about this next single, which some of y'all already got a preview for, and also, man, talk about this tour. Got some new dates added for the upcoming tour. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. If you're watching me on other platforms, I appreciate the love on Twitch and Facebook. But if you are on YouTube, I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe over here for a lot of exclusive content. It's probably the joint that I'm most active on. So you can get a lot of dope content, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. So let's go ahead and make that happen, folks. We are closer than we've ever been. I believe we're about 110 subscribers away, somewhere around that. So be sure to do that if you haven't already. Shout out to the chat. I see it's popping right now. Peace. What's going on, Frank? You know what I mean? Canada in the building. Hey, what up, nephew? Good to see you up in here, Nova. Peace, my man Joshua. What's going on, Josh? All right, George. Peace, peace. Welcome, welcome. And we got Uncrowned Otaku, MD, in the building. Peace. Yeah, man. Good to see everybody. Lots to talk about. Yeah, it's like so many places to start, man. But first and foremost, for those of you watching, no matter where you are in the world, you know the routine. Most of y'all have said peace already, but do me a favor if you haven't. And go ahead, drop it in the chat along with where you're watching from. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to get this stuff queued up, man, because it's a lot to cover today. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, we're going to talk about the upcoming tour. Quick reminders of stuff that's out. Give you some Adultish updates as well. Yeah, let's see. 1 second. Make sure. I think... Okay, got it. All right, so first and foremost, let's we're gonna switch up this look real quick just so we can get this tour information up, because we're starting there. All right, but let's put it up on the screen for those who don't know, and I will make sure to end the video with us talking about the tour too. And matter of fact, you know what, let's do something different. We're gonna get to the tour next, but man, since there's a new video out, and some of y'all might not have seen it yet, so let's go ahead and start there. All right, so first and foremost, if you haven't seen it already, this is the new video by COMA-CHI and Uyama Hiroto, along with yours truly. Obviously, I couldn't make it out to Japan to film this with them, but we found a creative way to do just that, and so I'm anxious to show it to you. So I'm gonna get that queued up, and we're gonna get that going. All right, so hold tight 1 second. Let's get this music video going. So for those who haven't seen it, this is Keep On, It's My Way by COMA-CHI, Uyama Hiroto, and me, Substantial. All right, here we go.
Keep on and on and on. So no mama, I lean no mama, the eagle. I'm gonna keep surviving with beat and rap. That's my style. Kakagena solo teka, mada mada koko kara have attack. It's my way. So no mama say, kimi da get on slowly walking as a day. Keep on and on and on. Don't give up on your dreams. So make my way. We just play. Kata no chikara no ite kagayaite. Keep on and on and on. Cause that's what I like for life. Yeah. So long long way to go, and sometimes we back against the wall. Oh, yes, never give up. 기초부터 뚫어는 비가 끝줄을 걷어내고 숨이 차게 헛걸려 over and over. That's the night I call it a ski. Tonight it is me cause I'm not big history.
Queen hit me, I had to pull up beside her and unify our voices to make them a little louder, till it's the perfect harmony with the voices inside you, telling you to keep on and push it a little farther together. So we keep on moving like we're Carrie Wheeler. The future's yours if you never give up. Where you end up might be determined by the right amount of fight within you. Learn from your losses till you rise up winner.
It's my way, so no mama say. You need to get slowly walking cause the day. Keep on and on and on. Don't give up on your dreams. Just make my way. We just play. 나노力이때 가가야 이제. Keep on and on and on. Cause that's what I like for life. Yeah.
I know it's hard, but sometimes you gotta touch your limits. You pray to God, then expect results within a minute. Can't get better if you never put the effort in it. More or less, you gotta always do your best to get it. Whatever it is, just plan to start when you finish. Things that we want most require everything in us. If it's worth keeping, like a dope line when I pin it, then sacrifices are required in order to win it. I was down bad before I was on the up and up. I had suffered losses daily just to sum it up. Too busy caught in misfortune to take a day with luck. Squared up a couple rounds and things started shaping up. True to cliche, anything's possible. But do you have what it takes to be unstoppable? The only opinion that matters is your own. Once self-doubt is overthrown, then you own the throne. Keep on.
Yeah, man. Hope y'all enjoyed that. All right. Hey, thank you, fam. I'm glad you enjoyed the track. Peace, what's going on? That last laugh out loud, that live stream rap, bro. Hey, man, it is what it is, right? It's a lot more cost effective than trying to fly me all the way to Japan just for the music video. So yeah, man, it was cool. It was cool how we were able to figure that out. But shout out to them, man. Hopefully, if all goes well, I'll make it out to Japan in the fall, be able to kick it with them in person, maybe do some gigs, all that good stuff. Fingers crossed. Heading out there, hopefully, if all goes as planned, I'll be out there with Marcus D later this year to start work on the next Bob Alloy record and other things, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, again, shout out to COMA-CHI. Shout out to my brother Uyama Hiroto. Definitely really proud of that joint. It's now streaming on all streaming platforms. For those of you who want to drop a comment on that video, the link to that video is in the description of this video. So be sure to check that out. Yeah, man. And if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing, but you need to do that. You know what I mean? We're on our way to 10K. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All right. Now, let's talk about some other things. Let's talk about this tour, son. You know what I mean? Got the tour coming up, so we're going to jump into that real quick. Hold tight. All right. Bong, bong. So, yeah, man. So, once again, we have the Friends and Fam tour with myself and the homie IQ happening this May. It's exciting time. Shout out to my brother Algorithm for designing the artwork you see here. Some additional graphics by me, but that illustration is by the homie Alan Cole, better known as, or formerly known as Algorithm, now known as Almost. All right, so definitely, man. Yeah, what's going on, fam? Glad you enjoyed that joint. Yep, and to get y'all excited about Adultish, man, Uyama is also on my upcoming album, Adultish, which we're going to give you some updates. I'm going to give you some updates a little bit later today on that. But yeah, man, stay tuned for that upcoming project. But yeah, so let's talk about this tour real quick. There is an additional graph. There we go. Cool. So I'm going to put this up on the screen now, so you can actually see these dates. These dates, son. Hold tight. There we go. Let's remove this. Boom. So there it is. So as of right now, this is what we're looking at for the upcoming tour. We are adding, I want to say there are at least 2 dates, possibly 3, that we're waiting for confirmation on. 2 of them are Midwest shows, and I think 1 or 2 West Coast joints. The likelihood that any of these are going to come through is slim, because of how late in the game it is. But I mean, I've been in situations where tour dates were added like 3 weeks before the tour, and so we're almost at that point for certain parts of the tour. So there is a chance that a few cities might be added, and I will keep you posted. But we got to stop for a second because my man Joshua coming through with the love. Little question: will you be performing songs from Adultish on this tour if the album hasn't released yet? Yes, sir, I will. Because even though the full album hasn't dropped yet, my goal is to make people aware. And although I've been posting online, although if you on the mailing list or followed the Kickstarter campaign, I've been letting folks know, there are some people who, like, you know, they just don't know. And they might come out for these shows, and if they come out for these shows, they can find out what's going down. But y'all will be happy to know that my goal is not to make this the only tour that I do this year. My hope is to go back on the road a bit later in the year after the album drops. And but we'll see. We'll see how this first run goes. As you can see, it's missing certain key cities where I have a big market, like LA hasn't been confirmed. LA not even hasn't been confirmed. LA is likely not happening for this tour because we haven't even heard back from like the close to 20 plus venues and promoters we've reached out to. Like no one got back to us. So I'm likely going to go back on the road later this year, and then I'm just going to book a venue myself to make LA happen. But I'm going to make sure that the album is actually out when that happens. San Fran is one of the cities that we're waiting to hear back from. It's not looking great because, you know, it's been radio silence now for a couple weeks. Another city we were waiting to hear back. I have an event in Chicago during the day with the homie IQ, but we were approached about potentially doing something in the evening in Chicago that would be open to the public because the event we're doing earlier in the day is a private event. So more news coming on that, but we'd likely be doing short sets on that event because that event is more focused on other things that are happening. However, if you're in Chicago or cities nearby, you'll get a chance to check us out, you know what I mean, live. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's get into these dates. Let's talk about what is confirmed. All right. So as of right now, Kansas City, Missouri, The Ship on May 4th. May 8th, I mentioned it last week, but we recently added Austin, Texas, Flamingo Cantina. So if you're in the Texas area, I know Texas is huge, and it might be a bit of a hike for you to come out, but I am appreciative of any of you who can come out and show love. I haven't done a show in Texas since maybe mid 2010s or something like that. It's been a while, I know. So definitely, man, come out because it's going to be a great time. We'll be there out, like me and IQ, of course, will be there, and a couple other homies. More details coming soon, along with a ticket link as well. May 10th, we will be in Seattle, Washington at the Nectar Lounge with Brass Beats. Shout out to them. And going back to May 4th, we'll be out there with Kadesh Flow. Shout out to my brother Kadesh Flow from the NPC Collective. Other dates coming up. We have a performance in Yuma, Arizona. That is for Mega Rand's Dream Master Festival, which is going to be super dope. A lot of dope folks on the bill, different days and all that. Man, I'll hit you with more details in terms of showtime, like what time we're going to perform and all of that. But it's an all-day event. There's a lot of acts on the bill. Mega Ran will be performing that day. Homeboy Sandman, a lot of dope acts. All right, so definitely don't want to miss that. Phoenix, Arizona, just added. And when I say just added, I mean literally just got the ticket link yesterday. We will be at the Rebel Lounge with Mega Ran again. There's another artist that's joining us whose name slips my mind right now, but we'll also be joined by the homie DJ Action. Shout out to him. That's my homie that I traveled to Romania with. who's based in Phoenix, Arizona, and he's an amazing DJ. So he'll be spinning throughout the night and backing me on my set. Then we have we head to the East Coast, right? We got a couple days off, and then we head out east. We'll be in Queens, New York at Bar Frida. Tickets are available for that now, as well as Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Those two events, Queens is happening on May 21st. May 22nd is Philly. And then May 23rd, we will be in Falls Church, Virginia, at Crescendo Studios. And after that, we go to MomoCon. And after MomoCon in Atlanta, we will be going to Winter Park, Florida, performing at Conduit on May 29th. So, man, yeah, we got a lot going on in May. Looking forward to seeing y'all coming out to these events. What's really crazy is in the midst of all of this, I'm still teaching, right? So literally, I'll be teaching some of my music business classes while we're on the road and stuff. And then there's like one or two times, I think 2 different times where I actually got to come back here to do some of these lectures in person. So, man, it is what it is. This is the life, son. But it's going to be dope regardless, man. So looking forward to hitting the road, looking forward to meeting some of y'all in person, some of you who are regular viewers and some of you who are just kind of in the background and don't necessarily join the chat. But, man, it should be a great time. My hope, it's not looking good right now, but my hope is that there will be, well, no, I'm not going to say it's not looking good. There will be some new merch available on the road. However, the likelihood that I will have new music merch on the road in time because of a situation I'm about to tell you about is slim. So, but new T-shirts. We are actually talking about making the tour flyer available as a shirt. So definitely, man, any of y'all who are feeling this design by Algorithm and wouldn't mind seeing that on a shirt or as a sticker, let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in, and we will be sure to oblige. So again, and I just wanted to remind you, because I know there's a few people in the chat right now who are from different regions where I'll be visiting. Don't wait to get your tickets. Some of these venues are nice size. Some of these venues are small, right? So just at the off chance that tickets start to go fairly quickly for certain shows and not others, I would highly recommend that you buy your tickets sooner than later. So again, just going back to the tour schedule and what's actually available for purchase right now. Missouri, you can get your tickets for now. Seattle, Washington, you can grab tickets for now. Yuma, you can grab tickets for that. Rebel Lounge, tickets are available. Queens, Philly, Falls Church, Virginia, MomoCon. All of those events have ticket links available. Austin, Texas, and Winter Park, Florida will be available soon. So hopefully by Monday, we will have those links up for you. Yeah, man. It'd be great to finally, the GOAT behind the mic. Yeah, man. It's going to be great to meet you as well, brother. All right. So, yeah, man. So that's it for the tour for now. Hopefully more updates coming sooner than later. My hope is to send an email blast with everything on Monday. We were just waiting for certain links before we started the email campaign. But, yeah, man, you'll definitely see me posting a ton about this over the next few weeks. All right. But let's keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Yeah, quick reminder. If you somehow have not, I don't know how you wouldn't have gotten the memo by now, but just another reminder, 1580 out right now, streaming on all platforms. It's doing really well. Shout out to all the radio DJs that's keeping it in rotation. Just did an interview with a radio show last night. Shout out to my brother DJ Phil Jackson, who's based in South Jersey, playing it on Princeton University's radio station. Man, I gotta show love to that brother. He's been rocking with me for like 13 years, showing love. So that interview will be coming up soon. I'll be sure to share the link for that once it's available. But again, 1580 out right now, streaming on all platforms. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, man, other than keep that joint in rotation if you haven't yet. All right. Let's see. Will there be ticket pages? Backstage, maybe some merch. I haven't checked out the links yet. So yeah, there like most of these is just like when you go to the link that's in the description of the video, most of this is just straight up purchase the ticket. However, there will be some merch available on tour that is not available on my store as of right now. So yeah, I see what you're saying, ticket packages. So as of right now, no ticket packages, but I will say that there will be some exclusive merch available at the events that isn't currently available on Bandcamp or my Bring It Home or my my company website either. So definitely thank you for asking that question. But yeah, so that's what it is as of right now. Let's see. Got more info coming for you. All right. So up next, now, if you have not been paying full attention, then I am sorry to hear that. But we do have new music dropping next. What was it? About to say it wrong. New music dropping next Friday. Wow. Next Friday. So yeah, for those who don't know, next Friday we are dropping Salt and Pepper. That's the next single from Adultish. The maxi single version of that will be available on Bandcamp. I'm actually about to make it live right now. So hold tight, and that's going to be coming your way. But yeah, man, super excited about this upcoming joint, man. It's really different than a lot of the stuff that is on the album. It's a lot of fun. Felt great to do, man. It's a concept that I came up with while taking the kids to school. Right? I think it was like 2019. I was taking the kids out to the car, and you know, like everybody was a little sluggish, trying to wake everybody up. Like, come on, yo, we gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta wake up so we can get out of here. And they were dragging their feet a bit, and I basically, you know, just started beatboxing on the spot, right? It was like boom 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 boom. And so I did this beat. It was far more elaborate than that at the time. And man, the kids, like, you know, they started to wake up a little bit, start moving in the, wherever they were standing, they was getting it. And but I was doing this beatbox for like a good 5 minutes, right, as we were on our way out the door. And then it hit me. I was like, man, let me go ahead and get this voice recorder. So I went ahead and recorded what I came up with just so I could have it later and see if I could flip it into a real beat. And that moment literally turned into this track that I'm about to play for y'all. And it's just crazy how things worked out, man. But I'm really excited for the world to get a chance to hear this, and I hope everybody has as much fun with it and enjoys the song as much as I have. You know, making it and then listening to the tone, mix it. It's just been, man, it's been dope. But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready to play it for y'all right now. I am adding something in the background, just trying to make sure it don't do too much when we play it. Hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. You're making me look bad in front of company. All right, hold on. Bong. Got it. Cool. All right, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this is Salt and Pepper Beard, or Salt and Pepper, which is produced by me. Hold on. Son, what is going on? Sorry, appreciate y'all patience, man. Hold tight. Okay. All right, so we're going to play this joint right now. So I know I played it on the show before, but we're going to play it again. All right, here we go. And after we finish listening, by the time the show ends today, this song will be available on all streaming platforms. Not all streaming platforms. It will be available as a maxi single exclusively on Bandcamp for a week, and then drops everywhere else next week. Hey, what up, CM? Peace, man. Hey, man, I was feeling that new joint you dropped on Bandcamp, brother. Congrats on the new release, man. All right. But yeah, so without further ado, folks, we are about to shift gears. I know it says 1580 right now, but we about to talk about Salt and Pepper Bid. All right, so for those who don't know, my next single is called Salt and Pepper. Here is the cover art right about right there. This will be on Bandcamp shortly after I hit play on this joint. So we're going to listen to it, and then it's going to go live on Bandcamp within the next 10 minutes. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is Salt and Pepper.
Beard God status. Activate. Shout out to all my bearded brethren. From that young stubble to that strong black on black. And that wisdom and experience that you get with that.
Living legend ain't gotta die. Breaking flexing ain't gotta die. Truth is free, I ain't gotta lie. Come get this wisdom, I gotta lie. Salt and pepper, oh boy, you season. Fresh for nothing, don't need a reason. She seasoned too, my old babe. Cool and sweet, she sorbet. Always, all day. Been in good hands all state. Should've been new to forte. Old boy can't come to play games with it. From the era they used to slap plagiarists. Too great to hate, too authentic to fake. Trailblazing, made my own lane with it. This seafood sub, the most dangerous. Y'all seafood subs with a drink and chips. I'm a 4-course meal stamp with golden seals with no total deal. I make bank with it. Come bang with it. Y'all show y'all ass, but ain't second shit. I'm way different. Got room to grow, I'm still learning. Y'all cash is ash, I'm still earning. It's all love and I'm serving. 2 decades of drive without swerving. Enjoy your moment. I'm built to last, my folks are spoken. Old man Logan, self-deroning. No master except the ones I'm owning. Grown man flowing, let me learn ya. Focus, you too concerned with the... No fear, did it my way. Flip my bed like pie May. Went from no one over my name to sold out shows in Taipei. From up and coming to classic status. AI precise with this apparatus. Stay ready, game steady, you talking practice. Carry that weight like Spike and Atlas. Came up with assassins on mics. Hats off the vice, I black out the night. Let me better take notes, forever get better from dope. Y'all do the most, while I get paid in my sleep. Ironically, I'm still woke, whoa. I learned from young and the old, oh. I'm mastering matching the flows, yo. Building these bridges while sharing my vision. If you wasn't hit, now you know, whoa. Band on the fiction, I handle my business. Your man's only mission is growth. Look at all that wisdom. Look at all that wisdom.
Yeah, man. That's the joint right there. Salt and Pepper Bid featuring Black Root. That's whose voice I sampled and put effects on for the chorus. He also did the intro. That is Marcus D on the keys that you heard at the end during the bridge as well. Yeah, man, shout out to Tone Deaf for mixing, mastering the joint. and also adding additional touches to the joint, like different effects, some additional instrumentation as well. But yeah, man, I am happy to report to you all that song is now available on Bandcamp. It is now streaming and available for download on Bandcamp right now. So once again, check out Bandcamp for my new joint, Salt and Pepper. I'm about to drop the link in the chat for you. I'll put my general Bandcamp joint, but it should be the first thing you see when you go there. Yep, substantial.bandcamp.com. Shazam. Go ahead, grab that joint. Hey, what up, Maglo? Peace. Clap it up for my man, Maglo. Maglo don't always come through, but when he come through, it's always great to see him. It's always a celebration. All right. Found my theme music. I got plenty of Salt and Pepper. My man, I did it for us, son. You know what I mean? You know? But yeah, man, definitely check that joint out. Download it, stream it, share it with folks. The link, if you are a person who does not use Bandcamp, the link that you see right up here, scrolling across the ticker at the bottom, idm.fm/salt and pepper, you can pre-save that joint now. But yeah, man, hey, Astro Verbal, peace, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Hey, thanks for the love on the tour, brother. Hopefully I see you in Florida when I'm down there, man. All right. Yeah, so let's talk about some other things, more business to get into. All right, so at this point, it's time. We gotta put it up on the screen. Hold on. Bang. Album watch, Adultish update. So much stuff happening behind the scenes. So yeah, man, I just want to update y'all on where we are. Oh man, Joshua coming through twice in a day. Man, thank you, brother. Love that joint when you played it a few weeks back. I may have missed it, but I hope everything that was going on last week has gotten better. Thank you, brother. About to talk about that right now. So yeah, so here's where we are, right? So I was mentioning last week, my youngest daughter wasn't feeling so well and stuff, which definitely as a parent can be very stressful, but she's doing much better. Thanks for checking to see how I was holding up. Yeah, she's doing much better now. She's at school right now. My oldest daughter's here, chilling, enjoying her off day. But yeah, man. But the stuff that was happening behind the scenes with Adultish in particular, which was crazy. Tone was going through issues with his ears. Then his computer crashed, which he was mixing and mastering the album on. Luckily, he had the stuff on a different drive, being backed up. So yeah, it's been really, really stressful trying to cross this finish line for the album. But I have great news to deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my man Tone came through this week. He's been coming through this whole time, but he came through this week and delivered the masters. He sent me an early version of it, the first version of the masters earlier this week for me to review. And then this morning I woke up to a text message that was received like 5-something in the morning because he was working overnight that had the new update of the masters along with the tracks separated and everything, man. So we have a joint. I'm reviewing it today. I've been under deadline to finish this video game song that I can't talk about until it's done, but more news coming on that later. Keep your fingers crossed for you, man. That's all I'll say. But yeah, so once I finish that and then take care of this conference call I got to do, I'll be reviewing the masters today for Adultish. And if it's all good and this process can start, we may see pre-orders for the album as early as next week, like maybe next Friday or the following Friday at the latest. So I will keep you posted. And that will also be along with merchandise because, hold on, the hats have been delivered. You know what I mean? So the official Adultish hats, I showed you on the show before. That's the back of the hat, front of the hat right there. You know what I mean? And then under the lid, bang, bang, bang. So yeah, man. So these joints just got an order of these joints in. Big box of them. Of the hats came in. The shirts also came in. So yeah, man. Stuff is starting to come through. Although it's great that all of this other merchandise for Adultish has come through. Obviously, most of you support it, or all of you support it for the music. And so, you know, as I said before, and we'll clap it up for it. As I said before, happy to say that the Masters was turned in today. Yeah, man, shout out to my brother Tone for coming through. And yeah, now we just got to master the instrumentals. And once I get the instrumentals and the album mastered, I'll be able to go ahead and put in the order for the vinyl, the CD, and the USBs. Yeah. Also happening behind the scenes. One thing I don't know if I mentioned as a part of the campaign, but on these new USBs that's going to be available, there's going to be 2 projects on it that were never available before, or I should say a batch of additional songs that's going to be on there. One thing that's going to be on there is I'm going to have a mix that includes like all the video game tracks that I've done, and it's called Animated, but like was anime tracks and video game tracks that I've done. And so it's called Animated. That's going to be available exclusively on the USB drive. And then I'm doing something called Stan Loves Japan, which basically is going to be like all of the collaborations I've done with producers like in Japan. Just all of that, you know what I mean? Like all as one cohesive joint. Like, so from the stuff I did with Nujabes, to joints I did with Hiroto, to joints I did with Kenichiro. You know, basically I'm working on putting that together. And so I'm debating if that's going to be in mixtape form or if I'm just going to just have the tracks. But I'm considering having a DJ I know actually mix it up as well, because it's a lot of music. It's definitely a lot of joints. But yeah, man. Hey, let's see. Check these comments. Yeah, man. Thanks, fam. I'm glad you're digging the hat. Oh, under the lid. Yes, sir. That's looking real nice. Hey, CM, listen, man. Look, between you and Maglo, I know y'all have an appreciation for fine hats, you know. You know what I mean? I feel like when y'all traveling and y'all feeling fancy, you're looking for a haberdashery. What do they call it? A haberdashery or something like that? No. Oh, man, no, it's something else. Where it's a place that specializes in buying hats. I gotta Google search because it's gonna make me crazy. But when I was in Romania, this brother I was with, oh man, place to buy hats. I forget what it's called. Yeah, man, but I can't remember. My man called it something. I feel like it was I can't remember the exact term, but when he said it, I was like, of course you would know. Of course you would know. All right. Looking forward to the Japanese album. Yeah, man. Yeah. And it's not going to be an official release. It's just I'm just making sure that when people get the USB drive, because I've made those as low as $50, which is a steal considering it has hundreds of songs on it. So these Adultish discography USBs, which will have those 2 additional bonus projects on it, I'm going to be selling those for $75 because, I mean, man, there's going to be close to 500 songs, if not 500 songs on one of those drives. $75 is nothing. So $75 is basically going to be the sale price for that. And then maybe after the original batch gets a little low, the price probably will go up. So yeah, man, but it's not a bad look to have a USB drive that looks like a cassette that has all of this dope music on it. It even goes back as far to '99, back when I dropped my first demo. You know what I mean? Or not my first demo, but yeah. That's what I'm saying. 500 songs on it, because I've done over 400 songs. And if you add Adultish to it, because Adultish is 10 tracks, not including the interludes. And then if you add the instrumentals, right? Like, then that's 20 tracks, right? And then if you add the video game / anime joints, some of those were available before, but like a lot of those weren't. So that's like another like 7 or 8 new joints, or joints that a lot of people haven't heard. Then you throw like all the Japanese collabs on there, which obviously weren't on the old USB. You throw that on there, that's probably like 30 plus tracks right there alone. You know, yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But it's gonna be dope. You know. Millinery. Let me see. That might be what they call the joint. I know it had those syllables at the end of it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Look, because it's killing me. Oh no, that's for I think that's specifically for women's hats. Not necessarily men's hats. Let me see. Hold on. I gotta know, son. Yes, I was right. Hey, good job, Stan. Good job. Hey, yeah. So it's a haberdashery. I was right. Yeah. So a haberdashery, basically, is men's clothing and accessories, right? So hats would be included in that. And so when we were out in Romania, my man was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I got to stop by the haberdashery. I was like, oh, you sound like you've done this a lot in your life. Sheesh, 500 songs. I did a USB discography that has about 250 songs. Yeah, man, because you've been at it for a minute too. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate the support, bro. So yeah, man. That is on deck and coming. But again, the Masters has been turned in. Going to review it today. Fingers crossed we're good to go and we can take next steps. So let's talk about what y'all have to anticipate. For those of you who still haven't heard any major news about it, for those of you who've missed past broadcasts, I know a lot of you have not. So this is not new information to you. But I reported last month that basically these are the features on the album: Black Fruit, DJ Hob, DJ RBI, Javier Starks, Jonathan Smalls on bass, Marcus D contributed some keys, Malcolm Jackson played percussion on 2 tracks on the album, Matthew Shell contributed guitar to the album, my man Millen featured on the record, Shingo too. First time we've ever had an official recorded release together. That will be on this album. And Shingo 2 is on the track that Uyama Hiroto is featured on. Stephanie Gale, of course, album wouldn't be complete without my sister from another mister, Steph. She's on the project. T. Lucas, as you heard on 1580. And Tamara Wellens, whose name I disrespectfully spelled wrong here. I got to do better. I am not living my best life. But yes, this is the lineup for the record for those of you who missed it before. Track list will be available really soon now that we finalize the track list along with the interludes. Yeah, man, and shout out to my brothers who contributed for the interludes, man. I think one of them texted me while I was talking, so I gotta share that with him, you know. But yeah, man, it's exciting. So yeah, and then something else. This is the deluxe edition cover for the record. There is an interlude that explains what this image represents. This art was done by the homie Naturel. You know, shout out to my brother Naturel, man, who's an amazing visual artist, who has built this style around triangles over the years and made a name for himself. Just been killing it, man. So I'm super happy that my brother was able to contribute to the project. But this art will be on the vinyl and also be available as a fold out poster inside of the CD cover. So yeah, you will be able to check that out. I'm debating on making this the cover for the instrumental version as well, but we will see. But yeah, man, lots happening, and I already showed you the hat because you just saw it. But for another image of the hat, this hat will be available along with the shirt. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. Let me do this. Y'all hang tight 1 minute. All right. So shirts are also available as well. Got it bagged up right here. I know you can't fully see the joint, but like, yeah, man, the pattern that you see on the lid of the joint is the same pattern that's on the shirt. So for those of you who like to coordinate, you know what I'm saying? Do your John Witherspoon thing, you know what I mean? You can get them both together. That pattern's from the album, so made shirts that says Adultish toward the bottom left-hand side of it, but I wanted to do something different where it wasn't just a traditional shirt that just had my logo on it. I've made plenty of those in the past. I wanted to make something that like was fashionable, so that way you could rock it, whether you could rock it regardless or whatever. Maybe like throwing like you could rock it just a straight up t-shirt. Maybe you throw a sports jacket or something on it, jean jacket, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, whatever you need to do to feel fly. You know what I mean? But so we got that. And as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, we actually have custom Vans that have this pattern, same pattern, that will be available for purchase as well. It's going to be through the Bandcamp site. So yeah, there's a lot, man. You know what I mean? And so some people might feel like they want to do all the coordination. I ain't saying you got to do all that. You can mix it up. Maybe you ain't maybe you ain't feeling the hat. So then you got the shirt. Maybe you ain't feeling the shirt. So then you can get the shoes. And they're official Vans. These are made custom through Vans. And so, yeah, man. So those will be available as well. But yeah, we'll jump into all of that stuff again another time, because I'm going to get ready to wrap it up, because there's a ton to do today and all that. But at this time, let's jump into the Q&A. Anybody got questions? We could chop it up real quick before I dip out. Send your questions through. Shout out to everybody that's contributed so far to today's live. Definitely, if you want to contribute to the channel, you can do so via super chat, super stickers. If you're watching this too, I always forget to mention this, but if you're watching this later, you can always, when you're watching any of my videos, if you ever want to contribute, because I know a good amount of people just stream my music, and while that is greatly appreciated, if you want to support me in a more substantial way, you can do so by contributing via super thanks, super chat, super stickers, PayPal, or Venmo, Cash App. But outside of that, buying merch, buying actual downloads is always a more impactful way to support what I'm doing. Streaming definitely helps and is super appreciative. But to be frank with y'all, man, there's been some changes that's been happening with streaming, in particular with Spotify behind the scenes, which is very lame. It's very lame. And it was already hard enough for artists to make a decent living. But Spotify has recently changed. They've changed some things for the better, where now you can actually pin whatever your latest song is to your This Is playlist, which will allow you to highlight your new tracks for at least a month, as opposed to what happens now, which is it highlights whatever your top streaming songs are, which is great. But the problem is sometimes your new songs, it's hit or miss. Sometimes they perform really well. Other times people aren't as into them, so they don't automatically get added to playlists like that. And when that happens, it's real easy for fans to start to feel like, man, it's been a while since he's dropped some new music and blah, blah, blah. When the reality of it is you're fighting algorithms on social media. You're fighting algorithms on these streaming platforms, and it makes it very challenging to get new music in front of you. So that being said, for those of you who want to support in a more in a way that's not affected by those things, definitely when you're watching these lives, it's always appreciated. Never mandatory, though. I'm just making sure I do a good job of letting you know it's an option, but it doesn't mean I expect everyone to do it. You know what I mean? It's just, if you can, I appreciate it. So shout out to the homies who contributed so far today. Shout out to Joshua, who always comes through in the clutch. Shout out to Michael as well. Shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Shout out to those of you who are Bandcamp subscribers. All of that's appreciated. So thank you. So I'm gonna leave y'all alone about that stuff. All right. Need some wristbands, big dog. Okay. Oh, we doing wristbands now. That's right. I was supposed to follow up with the shoestrings, though. You know what I mean? We were supposed to talk about the shoestrings. That's what I did talk to the missus about that. She was saying that the satin material that the patterns currently on that I have is not going to work for the shoestrings. So I'd have to order it again, but in cotton. So we are going to revisit the shoestrings thing. I just don't know how soon that's going to happen. Clothing question. The Black of All trade shirt. The same fabric as the dad shirt. My daughter has I've been hooked on that song lately. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. No, so I think that those the dad shirts I think are like a blend, where this is more like just straight up cotton, right? Where like the those joints, they I forget what those type of shirts are called, where it's like the ash gray, where it has like a little, not a texture, but you can kind of see that it's kind of blended or something like that. So yeah, so this is a bit different because it's a solid color. All right, hey man, shout out to Michael Coleman and Joshua, just showing off with the super chats and super stickers, man. Thank y'all. Q&A: for any of your Bop Alloy vinyls that are sold out, will there ever be a way to cop one, or are they completely lost to time? So we are talking about doing some more Bop Alloy vinyl, but the best thing I can tell you is we typically don't do like really big, like, you know, we don't press large amounts, basically, right? Like whenever we press stuff up, most times we're talking about between 100 to like 300 copies on average. Every now and then 500. Like I haven't pressed 1,000 of anything, vinyl, CD, anything, probably since like 2017. Simply because whenever I do that, now granted, it becomes available for a long time, but then also scarcity sometimes makes people act quicker. So all I can say is, if you are capable of doing it, whenever something new drops, hop on early. Because if you wait too long, what's going to end up happening is it's going to sell out and we're not going to have it available anymore. And then you're going to go on Discogs or somewhere like that, and there's going to be someone reselling it for like $100, $200, crazy stuff. You know what I mean? So definitely, whenever I drop something, man, I do not press a large amount of it, simply because I just don't have the storage for it. And realistically, I got to look at the buying habits of people who supported in the past. And so, you know, before streaming, I could sell a couple thousand of something, no problem, right? Like my first album, we sold roughly about 10,000 copies of that within the first 2 years of it coming out. But that was largely because streaming didn't exist. So people were mainly buying physical copies. And then when you look at like my vinyl singles from that first album, and this is when me and Nugent Best weren't even as popular, but because there was no streaming, man, we would sell, like, I think we manufactured between 3,000 to 5,000 copies of each one of those joints. And, oh no, it was 5,000 manufactured of each single. And we sold, like, on average about 3,000 copies of each one of those joints. So yeah, man, Jesus, like, Joshua is not to be outdone. Man, I appreciate it, man, for y'all to, I feel like, contributing for all of the chat. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Denver in the house. That's what's up. Peace, Zach. Thanks for tuning in, Zachary. All right. But yeah, man, if y'all don't have any more questions for me, I'm going to get out of here. But yeah, man, thank y'all so much for the love. Before I go, I did just want to remind y'all one more time about the upcoming tour dates. So let's get that graphic back up on the screen. Yeah. Bong. So that is not the graphic. Boom. There's the graphic. So once again, Substantial on Tour 2023. My first tour that I'm doing is called the Friends and Fams Tour with the brother IQ. May 4th, Kansas City, Missouri at the Ship. May 8th, Austin, Texas at Flamingo Cantina. May 10th, Seattle, Washington, Nectar Lounge. May 14th, Yuma, Arizona, Red Moon Ale House. May 15th, Phoenix, Arizona, the Rebel Lounge. May 21st, Queens, New York, Bar Frida. May 22nd, Can't talk. We're in Philly at Kung Fu Necktie. May 23rd, we're in Falls Church, Virginia at Crescendo Studios. Beautiful venue. Shout out to my fan SNRG who will be joining us. And then May 25th through the 28th, Atlanta, Georgia at MomoCon. And May 29th, Winter Park, Florida at Conduit. All right, let's take that Q&A thing down so y'all can see this. Later this year, I do have gigs. These 2 gigs are in the DMV area. I will be at Otakon doing a Sketchpads event, a live beat set, while Katie Fox will be drawing live. Details on that, date and time, specific date and time during that convention are coming soon. And then I'll be performing live in VA again at Conjutsu. So details coming soon on that as well. Let's get back to the chat real quick. All right, my brother Maglo has a question. Do you have advice for stage fright? Man, I'll tell you what I've told my students when I've prepped them in the past, and a good amount of them have never rocked on stage before. And hey, for those of you who don't follow Maglo, please check this brother out, man. Maglo is amazingly talented and puts on a great stage show. But yeah, what I usually tell people when we talk about stage fright is we know that it's common that one of the biggest fears for a lot of people is speaking in front of, it's public speaking in front of large groups. And so what I tell people a lot of times, students in particular, is if you have the courage to even take the initial step to get on stage and then pick up a mic and say anything, just the ability to do those 2 things before you even perform, you've already won. Right? To take the step to even get up there to be seen, and then to open your mouth, whether it's just to say hi, right? Or to perform a song. You've already won. You've already won. Keep that in mind. And the reason why I say that you've already won when you do that is because of the fact that, most people will not even get to that point. Most people won't even raise their hand in a group of people to speak and say anything without having to stand up and then go to the front of the room, let alone get on a stage and then say something. So like when I tell people that you've already won, another way to say that is the amount of bravery it takes to even consider it and then take those initial 2 steps before you commit all the way. You're already the bravest person in that room or amongst the bravest people in that room. Hey, man, y'all are going crazy right now with the super chats, man. So I ain't feeling like Substantial live from home right now. So hold on, let's show some love to the super chat, man. Hey, Dos Santos, man, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Any special guests for specific cities? For example, Florida, there might be a SICE/sign sighting. So as of right now, I can't tell you. I can tell you straight up that like SICE will not be at that particular show or any of the shows on the tour. We have I haven't spoke to them about joining this particular tour. This tour is with me and IQ. However, there will be some special guests in Florida. I'm not sure if Chris has talked to Maglo about joining us, but I do know that we have some homies down there, a couple of different homies that's down there who will be joining us. I just need to confirm with him before I make some people mad. But Dos Santos, thanks for the question and thanks for asking. But I can say this, Kadesh Flow will be joining us on May 4th in Kansas City. And then in Austin, Texas, we'll be joined by DJ Rockman and a local instrumental producer whose name I don't think I was given yet, but I'll have details on that soon. In Seattle, Washington, we'll be with Brass Beats, and in Yuma, Homeboy Sandman, E-Turn, Mega Ran, me and IQ, and more. Phoenix, Arizona, Mega Ran, DJ Action, and a brother whose name escapes me. It's like Rocky Tirade or something like that, I think it is. In New York, we will be confirming that over the weekend who's joining us there, but Shinobi Stalin will be on all of the dates with us from May 21st through May 29th. In Philly, we will be joined by Mental Advisory, which is a duet with my homie our son, the voice of reason from Gangsta Grass. He'll be joining us. I forget his producer's name, but he'll be there as well. Falls Church, Virginia, Shinobi Starlin, Steph, and so Stephanie Gale will be joining us there, along with SNRG, who's a Filipino hip hop act based in Virginia. They're super dope, man, and do a lot of great work in the community. At MomoCon, here we go. MomoCon, we're gonna be joined by legendary hip hop producer, MC, and DJ. My man Jay Live is gonna be joining us at MomoCon. Possibly Javier Starks too. Gotta confirm to see what's up with that. So yeah, that's as much as I could say about that I know off the top of my head. All right, bruh. Hey man, thank you, family. I appreciate that, CM, man. Hey, man, clap it up for everybody that's been contributing via the super chat. Nice afro. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you too, man. Thank you. I know, right? Man, listen, man, I love spending time with y'all, man. So thank you. Last week I said to my wife, because I was having a really, really rough start to my day last week, like, breakdown type of joint. And my wife was just like, yo, you sure you should go on live today, considering like just where you are right now mentally and what you're going through. And I told her, I was like, yo, like it's not really stressful doing this. You know what I mean? I enjoy spending time with y'all, even though it's just virtually and stuff, man. Between the questions, the love y'all show, and you know what I mean, and just the community that y'all have with each other. I've had multiple artists and other people who follow me closely say in the past, like, just talk about how dope y'all are, man. Like, they were like, man, you have a really, really dope fan base. And I'm not just saying that because y'all contributed a bunch of super chat joints. So like, I want y'all to know I speak very highly of you guys, man, like fairly consistently. And one of the things I told my wife last week, I was like, yo, I'm just doing it. I'm gonna do it regardless of how crappy my day had started last Friday. Because like, man, whenever I finish, even the days where I do this and there's like no contributions, and it's fine. It's fine, because the main reason why I do this isn't necessarily to get contributions. It's more so about, this is the best way for me to directly let y'all know what's going on with me. And I stay consistent doing it. So like, if y'all notice that like people aren't really talking about what I'm doing, the hardcore fans or like people who kind of come through here once or twice know that, like, man, if I want to know what's going on with Substantial, I'll just tune in on a Friday at noon or go watch one of the playbacks, and I can get all of the information I need to know what's going on in this world and stuff. And so yeah, man, just trying to create something consistent so y'all can stay in the loop, because it's extremely challenging for independent artists to be able to contact and stay in touch with people who have chosen to follow us, and support us. And these sites are consistently making it harder and harder. Literally, if you look at the whole blue check situation now with Instagram, part of what you're paying for is increased visibility for those who follow you. Like the people who've actually hit the follow button, they still don't see most of what you post unless it's performing better than average, organically, or if you pay to advertise, or if you pay for a blue check now. And Spotify is adopting a lot of these things behind the scenes now. Like, they just sent the email yesterday that states that the radio feature, if you want increased discovery on Spotify, you got to pay for it now. You know what I mean? And I had noticed that my streams, like for my new releases, weren't performing. They've been increasingly dropping. Meanwhile, my follower count on Spotify has been going up, right? And I talked to y'all about how many followers or listeners I have on certain sites, but on other sites outside of Spotify. But the truth of the matter is, like, you can't fully see all of that information. Most companies don't report it as well as Spotify does. But now Spotify's like, yeah, we're gonna make you pay for it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's crazy. And so, yeah, man, they put a lot of limitations especially on independent artists. It's extremely challenging. And, you know, people are trying to make us pay more and more money, meanwhile paying out less and less to us, which is ridiculous. So I don't take this lightly, man. I know y'all ain't got to support like this. It's all optional, and y'all choose to do it anyway. So I thank you, you know what I mean, from the bottom of my heart. I had some super stage fright growing up, but as I got older, I realized people are usually there to support and want to see you prevail. That part, ooh. Gems right there. Yeah, man. Thank you, CM, for sharing that, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, that's worthy of applause for sure. You see, we don't need a live from home. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, and speaking of which, I'm going to be creating the thumbnail for that soon. This month's live from home will be with me, Stephanie Gale, and the homie AJ Rios. That will be the last live from home until I come back off a tour. All right. Let's see. We the shit. We just don't stink like it for the most part. Super facts. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Thanks for the youth. Word. Straight up. It's they use us to help build their value, basically. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. Like, for example, I was making money on Instagram through Reels, and they like I think I got my highest payday from that recently, and then it stopped. Like, they just stopped making it so I could do it, and so I stopped prioritizing posting on it. Like, if y'all have been noticing, I haven't been posting as much on Instagram. It's partly because when I was consistently posting, because I didn't ask them to monetize Reels, they did, and then I was getting money. And then the next thing you know, they decided they were going to pause my monetization on the Reels, so I stopped posting as much content because, you know, I got other things to do. It's like, you know, I'm going to prioritize the things that I'm going to see the best returns on, because my time's valuable, man. And like, when I'm doing this stuff, right, I could be kicking it with my kid right now. I could be, you know, doing other things, actually working on some of this music I got to work on. That's why I'm about to hop off. But you know, it's like, man, like, if we're going to do this, we want to make sure it works in a way that, like, for the amount of time that we spend on it, you're going to see some type of return. And unfortunately, the way most of these sites are set up, it's extremely difficult to make a quality passive income from it, without like doing a ton of front work. And even when the passive income comes in, it's super low. And so most of us don't make a lot of money from doing this unless we're very active on it. So like, I think the draw for a lot of people is the potential for passive income. But when you finally see what the passive income is, you realize real quick, like, this isn't sustainable. So you still have to be somewhat active. So, but anyway, enough social media marketing tips for today. I'm going to get ready to close out, but we're going to check this out from Frank. Kara is a new platform that just came out, like the new Insta, with AI regulation in mind. Maybe it's something people might like. Yeah, worth checking out. Yo, what I also wanted to ask y'all, because a minute ago I set up a Discord. I still have to make it so that it's not private anymore. Me and my daughter have been brainstorming because she's about to start being on Discord as well. So she's going to help me run it. But I want to know from y'all, how many of y'all are on Discord, and how many of y'all, because that platform isn't regulated by the by algorithms the way a lot of platforms are. So if y'all are interested in a substantial Discord that we could jump on, and we can talk about not just updates and stuff with me, we talk movies, a lot of what my interests are, what some of y'all interests are, and maybe make a couple of y'all administrators on that. Yeah, let's talk about that. And then what I'm going to do is make a push to get that finally up and available to you all before the month is out. I'll make that a priority. All right. So I see a couple people. Yeah, Maglow's on Discord. So is Michael Coleman. Bet. All right, cool. Let's see. Josh. Hold on. There we go. As the financial head of YouTube chat, this has been a reflection of the energy you put out. And as you see, when you're in positions to reciprocate monetarily, we do. Man, I know, bro. Thank you, man. Seriously. I know, I recognize all the time that y'all don't have to support the way y'all do. So when y'all do, it's greatly appreciated. Discord. Oh, nice. I'm on Discord practically 24/7. So that'll be awesome to partake in the official Substantial Discord server. All right, thanks, nephew. Good to know. Discord is good for building and maintaining a community. Absolutely. And I feel like with the weekly support that we get doing this, we can grow it and also bring attention to so many other things. Because, man, when I did this radio show just yesterday, like the brother said, he was like, man, I'm somebody who actively follows your music, and I didn't even know how much you do. And he started looking at, like, the education stuff that I do. He started looking at what I do with my company. And just all the different things that I touch, man, the cultural diplomacy work and stuff. And he was just like blown away. But that, I feel like that's a major problem with what I'm dealing with social media in general. And what all of us as artists are dealing with is that, like, a lot of people really don't understand how active we are or miss a lot of what we're doing because of it, you know? Yeah, to Discord. Word. Okay. All right. So I'm on it. I have it and use it, my man. Black of all trades. Yes, indeed. But on that note, family, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, man. I truly love I love y'all, man. Seriously, man. Thank y'all so much for the support. Means more than y'all know. Y'all definitely did the most today in the best way possible. So I appreciate it, man. I feel like I want to do something for y'all, man. Something nice. You know what I'm saying? Maybe let y'all hear something y'all ain't heard. You know what I mean? Let me see what I can find in the stash. Hold on. Let's see. I'm sure there is something I've done that y'all ain't heard yet. Got it. Okay, hold up. Did that? Ooh. All right, hold up. This is a bit different than other joints I've done. Let me see if I can find it. It might take me a little minute, but yeah, I'm gonna hit y'all with a joint before we go. You know what I mean? Feeling generous. All right, hold up. Talk amongst yourselves while I find this heat. All right. Oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Yeah. I think I remember the name. Hold on. All right, bet. Let's see. Put you here. Okay, hold up. Let me address these comments real quick. Love to all, man. Have a great weekend. Same to you, fam. Hold. Throw me a wrench. I got you, son. I got you, JP. I don't want those. All right. Just yeah, bro. It's a lot, bro. Wrench life is it's a bit much, son. Hold on. All right, I think I just remembered the name of the group. Yep, there we go. Yeah, is that it? Woo. Okay. All right, hold on. Trying to find the final mix of the joint. Yeah, okay. That was a rough mix this week. And then, all right, so, damn, I got the, where's the joint at, son? Okay. So I found the joint, but I didn't find the mix. Oh man, where did I put the mix of this joint? Oh, okay. Oh, it's not on this joint. Damn, I thought I downloaded. All right, so look, I'm gonna play y'all the rough, son. That's what we gonna do. We gonna go hard in the paint. I'm gonna let you hear the rough. Yeah, it's a super rough mix, but look, here we go. I'm gonna let y'all. This is for y'all. So there's this group from Australia, I think. They're called This Week in the Universe.
We're live on location with Substantial. Make sure you
Sounds a bit different than the joints I normally do.
third rock is hot. Tryna fly away, sky looking like a parking lot. When the billionaires outnumber the astronauts, who really has the final say when it's time to stop? Simmer, we're living in a mountain pot, getting hotter as we're driving a collected art. From the line to the shop and even farming, this is common. You ain't gotta go to Harvard to connect the dots. And the West Coast know what I'm talking about. Even in Australia, they know what I'm talking about. While lies and denies plunge deeper to the fire over money, yo, you know what it's all about. We'll fly like the Phoenix and we're X-Man of our X-planet. Galactic colonizers hunting for the next planet. Devour the world until there's nothing left, damn it. A blue globe about to be the new red planet. As the world burns, try to keep it cool when you gon' learn. Hot heads leave the full urns. Cake dust down in the rush to return. As the world.
Oh, nah, that was the wrong version. Hold on. No, pull up. There's a, yeah, I think this is the one. Hold on, let me check the hook.
Try to keep it cool when you gon' learn.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Cool down, okay. Take a second, chill out. Do it now today.
Rewind it.
Planet, devour the world until there's nothing left.
Okay.
A blue globe about to be the new red planet. As the world burns, try to keep it cool when you gon' learn. Hot heads leave the full urns. Came from dust sign in the rush to return. As the world burns, try to keep it cool when you gon' learn. Wait a minute, hold up, cool down, okay. Take a second, chill out. Do it now today. Hard to chill when it's hot in here. Not a day go by when it's not severe. Ironic how it's hard to see when the skies are clear. Fall took an extra 30 days to drop this year. And I feel it in the air when we breathe it. We ain't listen when she need it. Now Mama Earth is heated. Call it home, but look at how we treat it. Problems we don't acknowledge, we are doomed to repeat it. Guess we don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. We just need the
Oh, don't quit. Don't quit. I think it might be done. Yeah, this joint tripping. Hold on, technical. Yeah, it's like, yeah, son. I'm taking it as a sign. I'm taking it as, it's too much. It's too much. So real quick, it's a group called This Week in the Universe, and they are based in Australia. They do EDM, they do hip hop. They commissioned me to do this track a while ago. It's going to be dropping in the spring. I think it's supposed to drop this spring, early summer. So soon as it's available, I will be letting y'all know. But that was an early preview. I'm sorry about the little technical joint. I was playing it directly from the email, and sometimes it didn't load all the way through. That joint hits, man. Rough cut or not, that's great. Groovy. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're feeling it. Yeah, bruh, yeah, man. You know, trying to do something a little different, just kind of talking about the environment, the world, you know what I mean, and all the things I'm noticing that I'm sure y'all are seeing too. Bruh, I got to get some shirts and that hat. That's what's up, man. Glad you're feeling the joint. All right, does this track need another donation? Nah. You good, man, you good. We're going to save something for later, man. All right, look, follow the signs every time. You got to. So look, I'm gonna get out of here, man, because I'm sure my daughter's waiting on me, and then my phone's been blowing up. I got a lot of business to tend to today, and I'm waiting for this major business email to come through today. So yeah, man, let me go ahead and break out because I gotta finish this video game song. But yo, love y'all, man. Thank you so much for the support per usual. Y'all have an amazing weekend. Please be safe out there. The link to check out all the tour dates for any of you who are just tuning in is in the description of the video. I would highly recommend that, yeah, man, y'all should consider joining Songkick. If you're not familiar with, Songkick. If you're not familiar with Songkick, when you check out that link with the tour dates and stuff, it's a great site that like will keep you in the loop of most artists that you follow in terms of shows when it comes to your city. Kind of similar to bands in town and this, that, and the third, but it's the format I choose to use that also populates all of my different platforms with the shows that I've been doing. So yeah, man, but definitely check out those tour dates. I look forward to seeing some of y'all on the road, and I'll see hopefully all of y'all the next live from home, which is happening in 2 weeks. Thumbnail and info coming soon. Y'all be good, man. Take care of yourselves. Be safe out here. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. All right. And peace, 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 peace.